Welcome to Witch Talks, the series for spiritual seekers, witches, and enlightened souls. I'm Hana the Suburban Witch, professional tarot reader, astrologer, and witch, and I hope you're ready to get up close and personal with your favourite witches. Hello. Thank you so much for joining me here today. It is so wonderful to be here with you as we chat about using astrology to plan your life. Now, this is going to be a very practical topic today, and I've done my best to make it as beginner friendly as possible. So if you're like, Hannah, I got no clue when it comes to astrology, don't stress. You will still get so much out of today's topic. Likewise, if you're like, dude, I'm all over this, that's great. There's still going to be something here that you're like, oh, I didn't think of that. Or a way to apply this almost like further up the scale of complexity, right? This is the basic thing to get your head around with astrology, and then we extrapolate from there and we can make it as complex as you want to. And I'll give you some tips for that as we go along as well. So way back in the day, now this might surprise you, and it surprises a few people, but I was not always a professional witch, astrologer, or tarot reader. In fact, I actually used to work in construction. I know it sounds like a big surprise, but I did. I worked in construction. I was actually on the pathway to becoming a builder. I did my certification to get my builder's license and was just about to sit my examination when we fell pregnant. And that put a little bit of a spanner in the works, pun intentional, because my teacher at the HIA, which is a home insurance agency, they're the ones that basically give people their builder's license. He was like, dude, do not go in for your examination, because I don't mean to be sexist, but it's a panel of old dudes and they will be. And he's like, I want you to have the best possible outcome from this. So I held off, which in the end was a good thing, because my husband got into the Air Force and it was his career or mine, because you can't have a building company that moves around all of the time. You need trades, you need specific licenses per state. It just wasn't going to work. Cue Dark Night of the Soul if you listened to last week's episode. That was part of it. So anyways, in my old life of being a corporate girly, working 9 to 5, I was in love with routines. I am a proud Virgo over here. And every time I had a big contract meeting, because I used to present building contracts to people, I would head straight to my favorite meeting room. I would lay out all of my pens and my notepaper, do exactly 2 double checks of my paperwork, because I did not like mistakes. And I would set my coffee within arm's reach, but far enough to keep it from killing my work should a spill occur. I would plan the week ahead incessantly on a Friday afternoon, so I knew exactly what I was going to be doing on each day. I could plan my outfits accordingly, and I knew whether to bring a hot lunch or a quick bite. But then I became a mum, and look, not much changed regarding my love for routines, rhythms, and schedules. They did give me comfort and security when life felt overwhelming and chaotic. But if I'm honest, I did get a little too obsessed with routines and planning each day, which led me down the path of postnatal anxiety. I'm sure I have talked about that and will continue to talk about that in future episodes as well. Then I became a business owner. And again, no change to my love of planning, but now I had to be extra careful when juggling a toddler, planning to launch the business, choosing which days to have my daughter in daycare, what times to work and perform. It was harder than those days in corporate by a long shot. It felt a lot more chaotic. So I did what many of you may have done before, and I turned to the stars for guidance in making these larger planning decisions. And wow, I wish I knew about it before. For me, planning helps my life run smoothly. I also have raging ADHD and was unmedicated for most of my life. So this obsession with planning was a system that I used in my life to try and prevent failure caused by ADHD of things like, inattentiveness and all of that. So I went like the extreme version to try and overcorrect. But when you become a mum, and especially a business owner, a parent, all of that sort of stuff, all of these systems, you find the holes very quickly because kids don't care about your systems. They do not. But I did notice that planning in accordance to the astrological energies brought in a whole new level of comfort, knowing what the day would bring. So using my knowledge of days of the week astrology, I planned my life, my business, daycare days, all of that. And it has helped me in my business, my parenting life, and my spiritual practice. So these tips that I'm going to go through with you today can be used in all aspects of your life, whether it's planning your workout schedule, when to sow seeds in your garden. Like, astrology has your back. So let's talk about what astrological planning is and why it matters. So firstly, did you know that each day of the week has a planetary ruler? That's right. There is a days of the week astrology style, and I'm about to teach you all about it. So this means that certain activities are best completed on certain days, in line with that planet's energy. I reckon this also explains why sometimes it is just so hard to get motivated to get out of bed and go to work. I'm looking at you, Monday. And this matters because knowing this information will literally transform the way you look at your week and plan out your goals and your activities. And as I mentioned earlier, we can expand on this. This is like the step one, and it gets deeper from there. And it works in with witchcraft as well. So understanding this concept gives you the reason as to why you probably don't want to work on a Monday, or why Saturday seems to always be the best day for chores, even if all you really wanted to do was relax. Understanding this will take the pressure off you from trying to force yourself to work against the day's energy, and instead you can begin to flow with each day as it comes. It is also supremely helpful for planning out your spell work. So how exactly do we use astrology to plan the week? Well, we begin by breaking down the week into each day. We're going to go into the planet that rules that day, the zodiac sign associated, and the type of energy that it is good for. Personally, the way that it makes sense to me is I look at the Latin-based languages to give a clue as to which planet rules each day. So in Spanish, Monday is lunes, ruled by la luna, or the moon. We can also look at Monday being moon day. Tuesday in Spanish is martes, ruled by Mars. Wednesday in Spanish is miércoles, or Mercury. So you can see how it makes a bit more sense when we look at the Latin-based languages. Thursday is jueves, or Jupiter day. Saturday is sábado. Probably a bit more in English that this one makes sense. Saturday ruled by Saturn. And Sunday, domingo, is ruled by the sun. So there's a little bit of a crossover, but knowing both is just a quick, easy remembrance for me personally. So let's start with Monday, or moon day, as it's ruled by the moon. So the moon is all about our emotional side, which can make it a slower energy type of day. The moon also rules over Cancer, which is our nurturing, protective, and empathetic friend, and they crave stability. I like to use Mondays for looking over my business or personal finances to see that I'm feeling stable, or remembering that I'm feeling stable, both financially and personally. I also use Mondays for emotional and psychic development, healing, and therapy work. So if I have to book in a therapy session, a Monday is a really good day for that. Earlier on in my business, I purposely chose not to work on my tarot and astrology business on a Monday, as I noticed my daughter tended to be more prone to toddler meltdowns and preferred to stay inside watching movies and baking bread with me rather than being at daycare. So personally for me, I've noticed that Mondays are not the best day for me for exercise. Now, if you are someone who has like an Aries moon sign, then go forth, prosper, have as many exercise days a week as you want, type of thing, right? Your personal birth chart is going to take precedence over this kind of thing. But for most people, it's not a great day for exercise or selling, as people are more concerned with their emotional state, or they might be feeling a little bit more vulnerable. Now, Tuesdays are different. Tuesday is ruled by the planet Mars, the planet of motivation, god of war. And Mars rules over Aries and Scorpio, both very intense signs. This means Tuesdays are best for getting things done and you'll have the most productive energy. So choose to do your hardest task on a Tuesday and you'll always get it done. It's also a great day for working out and doing anything that requires motivation, speed, and high energy. Tuesday in general, not a great day to stay home and relax and complete self-care rituals, as it can be difficult to slow down. Personally, I try to do workouts on a Tuesday if I can. I plan my hardest tasks that I really need the motivation for on those days, like getting my astrological reports done and that sort of a thing. Then we go to Wednesday. Now, Wednesday is ruled by Mercury. So Mercury also rules over both Virgo and Gemini in the zodiac, which makes it the perfect day for communication, refinement, and organization. So if you've heard much about our dear planet Mercury, you might know it controls our mindset, communication, short-term travel, and planning. This makes Wednesday the perfect day for phone calls, blogging, sending newsletters, speaking engagements, sitting down to write. If you need to schedule a phone meeting or an in-person meeting, this is the ideal day for it too, as you're likely to communicate more effectively and make progress much faster than on other days. So when I started working and my daughter was only going into care for 2 days a week, I had to choose very carefully which days were the ones I was going to work. And Wednesday was a sure one for me. I am a Virgo, so my sun is ruled by Mercury. There's a lot of Mercury in my chart, with my sun, Mercury, and Venus all in Virgo, and my Mars in Gemini all ruled by Mercury. So I personally chose Wednesday as my work day, as the Gemini energy means it's a good day for mental stimulation for both myself and my kid when she was a toddler. She got to go to daycare where they provide much more art and crafts than I'm willing to do, giving her the mental stimulation she needed. And I got the mental stimulation that comes with writing my blog posts, recording videos for my YouTube channel, and communicating with my clients via my guidance calls, tarot readings, astrology reports, all of that. You might have noticed that I also release podcast episodes on a Wednesday because it's ruled by Mercury, which rules over communication. Now, if you're in the States, you might be like, hang on a minute, what are you talking about? They come out on a Tuesday. Not for me. I'm in Australia. We're in the future. So then we go to Thursday. Now, our best friend Jupiter, planet of joy and good fortune, rules over Thursdays. And Jupiter rules over the zodiac signs Sagittarius and Pisces. So we can expect Thursdays to bring us joy and luck and ideas and excitement. It's one of my favorite days of the week for this reason. If you are a witch, it is also the perfect day for abundance and success spells, growth, all of those sorts of things. Anything you want to grow, do it on a Thursday. It's also a good time to learn something new, teach or share your knowledge, or work on a special project that will move your business forward if you have one. Now, then we get to Friday, and Venus is the planetary ruler for our lovely final day of the working week. And Venus rules over Taurus and Libra, so their energy also comes into that day. I think it brings in a really good celebratory vibe. So Fridays become the perfect day for self-care rituals. I actually get all my manicure and pedicure appointments done on a Friday because it's Venus Day. It's become a little Venus Day ritual. It's a good day for eating good food. You might choose to get takeout, splurging a little bit, having a date night. After all, Venus is the planet of love. So work-wise, it's good to make sure you finished off all the last-minute things so you can really let go of your working week and relax. This is a relaxing, sensual kind of energy. Witchcraft-wise, this is your money spells for sure on Venus Day. Love spells as well. Now, Saturday is such a funny one because it's usually the day we want to have fun and relax on, but somehow it always ends up that we mow the lawn or we mop the floors or we do the washing or we plan a big day out with the kids and it just turns into almost like work, right? And this is because the day is ruled by Saturn, our strict teacher planet. Saturn rules over Capricorn and Aquarius. So Saturdays hold the energy of tasks that aren't fun, things you need to do but absolutely do not want to do. Mundane things like chores, fixing things, running errands are the word of the day. But don't get too put off, because once we feel we've ticked those boxes, we can actually begin to let our hair down in preparation for Sunday. If I had my way and could rearrange everyone's work weeks, I would say the weekend should be Sunday and Monday, and that we should work from Tuesday through to Saturday. Now, on beautiful Sunday, it's ruled by the sun, which also rules over Leo as a zodiac sign. It's the center of our solar system. This is a reason Christianity picked this day as a rest day. Sundays are the day for being outside, having fun, letting your inner child run wild, and getting together with your friends and your family. The sun is about expressing ourselves the best, and Leo is about fun and creativity. So allow yourself to leave those unfinished chores until next weekend, or until Tuesday, and truly relish in the sunshine of the day that is Sunday. Personally, my husband and I have this almost like ritual now. We call it Soft Sundays. And it's just where we read the books that we want to read on the couch with a lovely hot cup of coffee, and we just have a family day. It's really beautiful. Soft and stress-free. So, some tips for planning your workout life with astrology. Plan, if you're like a workout person, which I'm not really, but I would suggest that you plan your cardio or high-intensity workouts for Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. You save Mondays for low intensity, such as walking, yoga, swimming, or running along the beach. And if you just feel the need to squeeze one extra workout in, throw that one in on a Saturday, as it kind of counts as a chore. For all the corporate peeps out there, this is some tips for planning your work meetings with astrology. So Wednesdays are your best bet for client meetings, contract meetings, staff meetings, tarot readings, and other meetings where clear communication is the goal. Fridays are great for quick catch-up meetings and last-minute double-checking or signing off documentation. Mondays are good if you're a therapist. These days will be the best for nurturing your clients and helping them feel safe, secure, and heard. If you're a tutor or a teacher, Saturdays have got your back. And Tuesdays are really great for martial arts lessons, booking weekly bootcamp classes or PT sessions, and for intense therapy sessions. Makeovers and renovations work where a big transformation is the goal on a Tuesday as well. Now, a little reminder here that you've been unknowingly working alongside these energies for your entire life, and our calendar week is already set up to reflect this. So if you can't make a day work, it can still be successful. It's just a great tip to keep in your back pocket when you have the control in your life or business or schedule, that you can move things around accordingly if you really want the universe to have your back. As I've said before, there is a lot more depth to astrology than this, but hopefully it just gives you a glimpse into how practical and helpful it can be. And we can take this energy, and as I've kind of mentioned, we can apply it to our spell work as well. And when we want to mix and match, it's one of my favorite things to do. So let's say I want to do a spell for a successful book deal, right? I would likely want to mix Venus energy, which is like money and abundance, with Mercury energy, as Mercury rules over books, writing, words, communication, signing contracts, that kind of a thing. Now, you could also look to Saturn, because Saturn is good for contractual agreements that are long term, but I would be worried that Saturn would make it too drawn out and too slow. It slows things down. Mercury is very fast. So I'd be looking at, okay, how can I combine Venus and Mercury energy with my current schedule that's on for this week? So I would possibly look at, can I fit a spell in on Wednesday at the hour of Venus, or on Friday at the hour of Mercury? So we'd go to, there's a great website. Let me tell you what it exactly is. Oh, it's so easy. It's planetaryhours.net. Jump on there. You put your date and location in, and it will tell you the ruler of each hour of the day. Now, this doesn't mean like from 6 to 7, 8 to 9, etc. It's based on sunrise in your area, and it's not always a full hour. For example, today I'm recording this on the 15th of April, and it's 2:36 p.m. at this moment, which means it's the hour of the sun, 9th hour of the day. it will be Venus hour in like 4 minutes time. And so I can go through this and look for any day to find which hour is ruled by which planet and modify my spells to be within that timing. This is a really simple way to work with planetary energies in your spell work. It's just an extra layer that you can bring into it. Same if you're making ritual oils, that kind of a thing. Do it during certain planetary hours. Now, of course, we can get more complex with this, right? This is just rulers of the week and rulers of the hours. Then we have zodiac rulers of each season, essentially. Right now we're in Aries season. It's about to be Taurus season. In the Suburban Witches Society, we do a challenge for each season that fits in with the theme of it. So Aries season is our Rise and Shine challenge, and Taurus season is going to be our Luxuriate challenge. That's a good one, trust me. You want to jump in and join us on that. So you can work in with certain seasons. And then you can go further out as well and look at, is it Mercury retrograde? Would that change when I do things, when I plan things for the year ahead? That kind of thing. Think about the new moon, the full moon, the waxing stage, the waning phase. Like, there's so many things. So we can really overcomplicate it if we want to, or we can pare it back, start with what you're comfortable with and layer on from there. Doing more complex things does not make you a better witch or more powerful witch. Sometimes simple is better. But what I want you to do from the information today is just have a play around. See how you feel on different days of the week, and is that repeatable? Is it every Tuesday you feel more excitable, or is that actually your low energy day? Because this could be where your own birth chart comes in. What is your natal Mars? What Mars sign were you born under? How might that affect things? So as I said, we can get more complex, we can keep it simple. Astrology, personally, is mostly about patterns and pattern recognition and taking historical data, even if it's just days of the week from last week and the week before, and applying it to help us in the future. If you're not sure about your own birth chart, you can always ask me. Like, all of our Suburban Witches Society members get to ask me a question every month, and sometimes it's like, yo, what does my birth chart actually say? I have no idea. Or what do I need to focus on right now based on my birth chart? Like, we can ask those sorts of questions. We can ask a question of the tarot and I can pull a card for you. And we do that every month. So you can jump on in and get that at a really affordable price. Otherwise, check out my astrology reports on my website. They do sell out. If they're out, you just pop your name on the wait list and you'll be notified once I restock those as well. Little reminder for my beloved listeners that this is the second last episode for this season. I know it has flown past. There will be another season, but I am having a bigger break between them. In the meantime, feel free to catch up on all the old episodes, re-listen to some of them, because on a second listen, some of the more in-depth ones are you just pick up more than before. If during the break you're like, I am missing Hana, if you're missing me, come on, join us in the Suburban Witches Society. My focus is going to be on my society members for a few months to really nurture the experience that they're getting in the membership. It's such a beautiful space. I really want to honor, cherish, and nurture the members that I have, and new members coming in as well. Now, next week we have our season finale, and this is an interview episode where we're going to be talking about the topic of AI. This is hot topic right now everywhere. I'm sure you've seen it, and it's not something that's going away anytime soon, so it deserves to be spoken about from a witchcraft spiritual perspective, from an ethical perspective, all of that, and we're going to cover all of that. So I hope you can join me for that episode. And during the break, I will be planning out season 4. I've got some ideas already, but if there's anyone you're like, Hannah, you have to talk to this person, please let me know. Email me, DM me. I keep a list of everyone that gets recommended or people that apply to be a guest on the podcast, which you can do on my website. And I keep a list, and then I use my intuition and whatever I'm wanting to talk about and blend the two to pick my guests and topics and all of that. So my dears, I hope that you are having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world today, and I will chat with you next time. Have you been searching for a safe space to connect with other witches and grow and develop and learn together? The Suburban Witches Society will bring you knowledge and friendships that are spiritually aligned, plus a whole heap of fun. You will get access to our private community Facebook group and group chat, which that chat pops off. There are monthly group calls, you get a reading with me, you can do Q&A, and we all just chat and hang out together. It's like a slumber party. You are welcome to wear your pajamas. This is not like fancy influencer witches on a Zoom call. We are very real over here. You can take a peek at behind the scenes episodes of the podcast that are uncut, and you get access to them before anybody else. There's a resources section where you get PDF downloads, you get access to classes that are not available to the public. Here is what one of our members, Brandy, has to say about her experience in the Suburban Witches Society. Signing up to the society has been the best present to myself. My witchy knowledge has exploded, and I've forged some of the deepest friendships in this group. So come and join Brandy and everyone else in the Suburban Witches Society, meet your new witchy best friend, and get a little bit closer access to yours truly as well. I hope to see you there.